Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about the MCW in ranked play, mainly because I've been seeing a lot of different classes like this one and this one and this one all over Twitter or Reddit or YouTube or TikTok saying this is the best class. So today I wanted to look through the stats and actually see what is the best class for the MCW. So to start out, we have just the base stats for the MCW. Right here, we have the damage stats, the range, the recoil, accuracy, handling, and movement speed. These all come from the game, literally just copy and pasted into this spreadsheet right here. So below it, this is where we get into the meat and potatoes of things. So we got the attachments here. First category is the barrel. Then we have the muzzle attachments. Then we got the underbarrels, so on and so forth. And these are the ones you can only use in ranked. It doesn't include every single attachment because there's so many of them. Even this, there's still a lot, especially the underbarrels and the muzzles. Anyways, so kind of for each individual category, I looked at a few things. So for the barrel, one of the biggest effects the barrel kind of has is your damage ranges and your recoils. So I kind of looked to maximize our damage range, make sure this value and its change are as large as could be, and you want to minimize the recoil. So you want those negative % changes, and for the recoil like this one here and this one here. I really wanted to limit the horizontal recoil for this build because I feel like sometimes the MCW, you even see the pros use it, they'll get that one shot that's a little off to left or right and they don't really have control over it. So I wanted to minimize the effect of this. The vertical recoil you could kind of control a little bit easier, and to be honest, sometimes it's in your advantage a little bit if it helps you out with a different stat. So as you can see, there's a lot of different things. I was looking to make sure our ADS time is not really getting any significantly harmed. So like we had a 7% increase with one barrel, 5% to our sprint to fire, 8%. Nothing seriously insane, but definitely a little bit noticeable. And you got to be careful because as soon as they start to stack, they become pretty noticeable. So next, I see a lot of people using the L4R flash hider, and it's for good reasons, to be honest. It helps with our gun kick, which is a lot of the visual. It helps with our horizontal recoil, our vertical recoil, and it does harm our ADS time. This is an increase, positive increase, but it's making it higher. So you don't really want that. You want it to be lower because you want that low ADS time. But as you can see, it's really helping out with our gun kick, our horizontal, and our vertical recoil. You look at the other things. We have, say, like the Sky Fury compensator here. It helps with our horizontal and our vertical a little bit better, but it harms our ADS time pretty significantly, and it doesn't have that additional gun kick, which I actually find to be pretty helpful because it's a lot of that visual, like bouncy and noisiness when you're shooting the gun. So even though it's not really adding any recoil, it just helps visually shoot better. And then some of these here are affecting our damage ranges, usually hurting them, as you can see by these here. Same with our minimum damage ranges and our bullet velocities. So that's not good. You don't really want to choose any of those. And then for the underbarrel, so a lot of people use something like the DR6 hand stop, or I see the XRK Edge hand stop. And these are good attachments. I would say if you're playing on a map, something like Rio or something like that, where you're going to be using this gun and you kind of have to go from gunfight to gunfight, it's not a bad option. It would definitely be on like a more fast-paced build. I mean, you can see it's not crazily increasing our ADS time or anything. I mean, the DR6, no, that's the X10 Phantom 5. It kind of helps us the best. Same way, actually, this is the same exact, the DR6. But yeah, you can see that. But yeah, so if I wanted a fast one, I put the DR6. But I wasn't really looking for a fast build for today, so I actually went for the SP10 angled grip, and this is because look at how much this is helping our horizontal recoil. 12%. it's harming our vertical. It's adding 4%, but we've kind of adjusted for the vertical already. We've added a lot to help with it. And that little 4% you could honestly adjust for, and it doesn't really harm anything else. So obviously it doesn't have any other benefits, but it doesn't have any other downsides. So that's why I chose this one. I thought it was really good. Yeah, there's other ones like, this one here, the RS9 Stealth, which it doesn't help the horizontal as much, and helps with your tack stance spread, but no one really uses that. And yeah, so I just kind of looked through all of them. There's definitely some other choices here that do help. I mean, I've seen people running the Bruin heavy support. My only thing with this is it's hurting my ADS time, and it's actually helping your horizontal recoil and vertical in the exact same way. So it also adds, your gun kick, but then it also adds your ADS time, which we kind of need to not add any more to, if we could. So that's why I chose that underbarrel. Magazine, not going to add one. Now rear grip. So I actually chose between a rear grip and a stock, and I chose the Claw PSL. And this is because it's helping my gun recoil, it's helping my vertical recoil, and it's helping my horizontal. So this is kind of like the underbarrel I chose, except for instead of harming my vertical, it's helping. And then it's also helping the gun kick. I chose that instead of, I've seen some people using the Eagle Heavy at the beginning of the game, but that harms our ADS time a lot. Not a lot, but a little bit. And it's already pretty harmed at this point. And then all the other ones that kind of help your ADS hurt your recoil, and I don't want to hurt our recoil anymore. So at the end of the day, that's why I went for the Claw PSL. Rear grip over any other rear grip or stock. And so this is what the final build comes out to be. Optic, slate, MK2, even NIDAR, whatever you want to use your optic. Barrel, I used the SL Crater. Actually, I didn't even talk about the barrels, so let me go into the barrels real quick. So we have a lot of people run the Cyclone, right? And here's why I like and I don't like the Cyclone barrel. Obviously, it's helping with our damage range, it's helping with our bullet velocity, it's helping with our ADS movement speed, which, is pretty good. Our hip fire, not really important for assault rifle. Tack stance, also not very important. And it's hurting our sprint to fire. So what is this really doing? This is really only helping our bullet velocity and our damage range. So I chose the SL Crater because look at this. It's helping with our gun kick. It's helping significantly with our recoil. Harming our walking speed by 2%. Could live with that. Our sprint speed 4, that hurts a little bit. And our attack sprint speed only 1%. You're not going to even notice that. Now, it does hurt our ADS and our sprint to fire, which we're not going to love, but you can live with it. So that's why I chose it. And then the rest of them, they just kind of are not either helping as much as either the Cyclone or the Crater, or they have too many downsides. So it's really between the Crater and the Cyclone barrel. And I definitely, this comes back into the whole debate with Rio, where you want a faster map, faster pace, maybe even you could argue Skid Row at times, or Karachi. Running that Cyclone barrel and DR6 hand stop, not a terrible choice, and keep the other attachments the same. So I'm actually gonna let's add a little column here. Fast build. So we'll go choice, Cyclone, L4R flash fighter, DR6 hand stop, none, RB claw, and stock none. So there you go. That's our fast build. This is, the recoil build, I would say. So let's go into the fire range now. and I'll show you kind of what the recoil plots are going to look like, what it's going to look like running around with it and everything. And yeah, so this is what the recoil is going to look like from 10 meters. This is what the recoil build, and I'm not going to hold down on the right stick. I'm just going to aim down sight and shoot. We'll see what it looks like. Alright, so we'll get one here. So you can see it's kind of just working its way up. It doesn't really deviate to left to right, so the horizontal's pretty good. So yeah, you can see the aim down sight's kind of slow with this. And so is the sprint to fire. Like, there's a pretty hefty delay there. But let's move into the other class. This is the quick class. Alright, same thing. Now holding down right stick, shooting the trigger. Alright, so you can see there's a little bit more side to side, and it definitely jumps a little bit more, especially when I'm actually shooting the gun. And it definitely goes a little bit higher. So it's not as easy to control, but it's definitely still controllable. And yeah, you can see the aim down sight's a lot faster. And so is the sprint to fire time. Shoot the soccer ball. You see the physics in this game are so weird. But yeah, that's the difference between the two. I like the recoil one just because it really like sits when you're shooting. I feel like you could hold down, really shoot someone off a heady. It's great for search. This is a lot better for like a quick and mixy hardpoint if you're ever playing one. But yeah, so those are the two different classes. I'd recommend trying them out. Let me know how they are in the comments. Thanks for watching the video, guys, today. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you like this kind of content.